everyone, I'm Bainari Dipatuan, and this video is all about e-commerce in marketplaces, its mechanisms, tools, and impacts of e-commerce. An overview: the e-commerce marketplace or the online e-commerce marketing is a place or a website where we can find different brands of products coming from multiple vendors, shops, or persons showcased on the same platform. Example of e-marketplaces are Lazada, Shopee, Amazon's, Alibaba, and etc. And the mechanisms that support them are trading, which is buy and sell, and communicate and learn. Trading or buy and sell is an important activity supported by the mechanism of electronic markets. We'll go to the electronic catalogs, search engines, and shopping carts. An electronic catalog is an online publication, that is to say, a graphic interface, generally an HTML page, in which the products and services offered by a company are shown. An e-catalog or e-brochure is a resource that provides information on your products, services offered of your company's corporate. A search engine is a software system that is designed to carry out web searches. They search the World Wide Web in a systematic way for particular information specified in a textual web search query. The most used search engine is Google. We'll go to auctions, bartering, and negotiating online. An e-auction is a transaction between sellers, which is the auctioneers, and the bidders, which is suppliers, in the business-to-business scenarios that takes place on an electronic marketplace. It can occur business-to-business, business-to-consumer, or consumer-to-consumer, and allows suppliers to bid online against each other for contracts against a published specification. There are 6 types of e-auctions. First is English auctions. These are the most common form of auction, both online and among established auction houses. During an English auction, one single item is put up for bid at a time. The first item is presented and the auctioneer announces the starting bid. The individuals who are interested in this item then make their bids. Bidders accept offers and increase pricing one at a time until no one can outbid the last bidder. The person with the highest and unmatched bid wins possession of the item. This is an easy to follow style of auction, which makes it a very popular method in person. This style also translates effectively online onto auction websites. Second is reverse auction. A reverse auction works in the opposite way that an English auction would. In an English auction, multiple buyers seek to purchase one seller's item. The seller in this case is looking for a bid of the highest price. In a reverse auction, multiple sellers seek to provide their item to a single buyer instead of outmatching each other with higher bids. The bidding sellers try to give the lowest price possible until one of the sellers reaches a price that makes the buyer content. Reverse auction are not usually used for the selling of antique items. Instead, they are often used in the business setting. For example, if a company needs to buy office furniture in bulk, it may use a reverse auction with several suppliers who will offer their products for a better price. The lowest prices doesn't necessarily mean a guaranteed contract. A bidder with the highest price but a quicker delivery time may win against a bidder with less expensive products and a long wait. Third is penny auctions. Penny auctions happen exclusively online. In a penny auction, a buyer must purchase the right to bid before the auction starts. During the auctions, bids only drive the price up by a penny. Hence, the name. However, buyers who buy in a purchase a limited number of bids before the start of the auction. These auctions are also set with a time limit. When the time is up, the highest bid wins. This is popular choice of auction among bidders as it allows them to pay significantly lower prices for items than the retail cost. so long as a higher number of bidders aren't driving the cost too high. Fourth is Dutch auctions. Dutch auctions are like reverse auctions. The opening price is high and is lowered throughout the course of the auction until a buyer decides to accept. Though this method isn't typically used in live auction houses, it is a very popular style online. The key difference between a Dutch auction and a reverse auction is that the Dutch auction involves only one seller offering their item or service. Dutch auction are used for business matter rather than antiques. Startup companies may opt to use Dutch auction as a way to seek investors. The company begins by presenting a share price and then lowers it gradually over time to see who would purchase at each passing price. The share price with the highest number of the bids for the most shares become the cut that all the winners pay. Fifth is first price sealed bid auctions. These auctions are like traditional English auctions. The price goes to the highest bidder, but rather than have a continuous bidding war, buyers give only a single bid. Once all the participants have made their bids, the auctioneers reads through them all. Fifth is first price sealed bid auction. These auctions are like traditional English auctions. The price goes to the highest bidder, but rather than have a continuous bidding war, buyers give only a single bid. Once all the participants have made their bids, the auctioneer reads through them all. The highest bid wins the item. Sealed bid auctions are less competitive because none of the bidders know the prices their competitors are offering until the winner is selected. Last is victory auctions. A victory auctions is similar to the aforementioned first price sealed bid auction. In this auction, the highest bidder gets to pay the offered amount that the second highest bidder gave. Online auctioneers use this bidding style as a tactic to prevent participants from placing bids that are too high or low. The buyer must contemplate the item's actual worth to make a successful bid. Then, we go to Web 2.0 tools and services. Web 2.0 examples include hosted services like Google Maps, web applications like Google Docs, video sharing sites like YouTube, blogs like WordPress, social networking like Facebook, microblogging like Twitter. These websites allows users to interact and collaborate with each other through social media dialogue as the creators of user-generated content in virtual community. This contrasts the first generation of Web 1.0 era websites, where people were limited to viewing content in a passive manner. These tools are internet tools that allow the user to go beyond just receiving information through the web. The user is expected to interact and to create content with others. Virtual world as an electronic commerce mechanism. A virtual world is a computer-simulated representation of a world with specific spatial and physical characteristics. And users of virtual worlds interact with each other via representations of themselves called avatar. For businesses, virtual worlds computer-simulated environments in which individuals interact with one another via avatars representing their digital selves, offer a collaborative tool that has a number of possible uses, from saving money on travel and conference expenses to employee training. And there's a competition in the digital economy and its impact on industries at present. The digital economy, which takes information, technology, and data as the key elements, is blooming and has become an important force in promoting the economic growth of various countries. Digital platforms are characterized by their network effects and by being multi-sided, as well as by having high switching costs, economies of scale, and levels of control of data Digital platforms are characterized by their networks, effects, and by being multi-sided, as well as by having high switching costs, economies of scale, and levels of control of data, all of which are pertinent in the definition of the relevant market. With regard to platforms such as Facebook and Google, there is consensus that each side should be defined as a separate market as long as consumers, advertisers, content providers, and any other agents involved do not engage in transaction with each other. Because products are perceived to have different degrees of in short, electronic commerce expands the marketplace to national and international markets. It decreases the cost of creating, processing, distributing, and retrieving paper-based information. The importance of e-commerce is very wide because it reduces the transaction cost. Reduced transaction cost leads to consumer empowerment. That's all, guys. Thank you for watching.